The bright stage lights of Australia's Got Talent felt like the sun to Elian Cruz, a 16-year-old Filipino boy whose trembling hands clutched the microphone as if it were a lifeline. His shoes were worn, his jeans faded, but his eyes carried a light that no poverty could dim. From the shadows of Manila's crowded streets to this glittering Australian stage, his journey had been nothing short of a miracle. He worked nights at a small cafe washing dishes, saving every coin to send to his mother back home. His dream wasn't fame, it was a better life for her. The host smiled kindly. "What will you sing for us today, Elian?" He swallowed hard, his voice barely above a whisper. "Hotel California by the Eagles, sir." A murmur rippled through the crowd. A classic, a risky choice. But when the first chords echoed, something magical happened. His voice wasn't just singing, it was telling a story. The pain of missing home, the struggle of loneliness, the hope that refuses to die, all of it poured from his soul. The audience grew silent. Even the judges leaned forward, their eyes glistening. By the time he sang the final line, "You can check out any time you like, but you can never leave," his voice cracked, not from weakness, but emotion. The last note trembled in the air, pure and haunting. Then, silence. A single tear rolled down the cheek of the youngest judge, Amelia Hart, a celebrated Australian pop star known for her tough critiques. She stood slowly, her lips trembling. "Elian," she said softly, her voice breaking. "That wasn't a song. That was your heart." And then, she smashed the golden buzzer. Golden confetti rained down as Elian dropped to his knees, covering his face in disbelief. The crowd erupted. People cried, strangers hugged. The world had just witnessed something beautiful, something real. After the show, Amelia found Elian backstage. He was still shaking, clutching a photo of his mother. "I can't believe this," he whispered. "I thought they'd laugh at me for being poor, for being different." Amelia smiled gently. "Don't you ever say that again. Your voice is a gift. And the world needs to hear it." She paused, then said, "You reminded me of someone. My father used to play Hotel California every night before he passed away. Your voice," she placed a hand on his shoulder, "it brought him back to me, even just for a moment." Her eyes shimmered. "Thank you for that." That night, a bond was formed, not of fame or fortune, but of music, loss, and hope. Amelia began mentoring Elian, helping him refine his talent. The two grew close, their connection deepening through songs and late-night talks about dreams and family. But life had another twist waiting. A few months later, during the semi-finals, Elian received a call before his performance. His mother had fallen ill in the Philippines. The doctors said she needed an urgent surgery, one he could never afford. Heartbroken but determined, he decided to perform anyway. He whispered backstage, "This one's for you, Mama." As he sang, "You Raise Me Up," tears streamed down his face. The pain in his voice pierced through every heart in the room. Even before the song ended, the audience was already on their feet, sobbing and cheering. After the show, Amelia approached him, her eyes full of emotion. "Elian, how much does your mother's surgery cost?" He hesitated. "Almost 10,000 Australian dollars, ma'am. But I'll find a way. I always do." Amelia smiled softly and reached into her purse. "No," she said, shaking her head. "You've already found your way." She handed him a folded check, enough to cover everything. Elian froze. I can't take this." "Yes, you can," she interrupted. "Because you gave me something I thought I'd lost forever, hope. Now it's my turn." He broke down in tears, falling to his knees. Amelia hugged him tightly as the cameras captured the moment, a raw, human act of kindness that the world would never forget. Months passed. His mother's surgery succeeded. Elian made it to the grand finale. But this time, he didn't sing for fame or applause. He sang for love. As he sang his final note, he looked toward the front row, where his mother sat, tears streaming down her cheeks. Beside her, Amelia smiled proudly, hands clasped over her heart. The crowd rose in thunderous applause, chanting his name. Elian, Elian, Elian. He didn't win the trophy that night, but he won something far greater. He won hearts across the world. Later, under the soft lights of the empty stage, Amelia approached him one last time. "You changed people tonight," she said. Elian smiled shyly. "No, ma'am, they changed me." She laughed softly. "So what now?" He looked at her, eyes full of sincerity. Now, I go home. To sing for the people who never stopped believing in me. Amelia nodded. And I'll be cheering you on, from Australia. He hesitated, then asked quietly, do you believe in destiny, Miss Amelia? She looked into his eyes. After meeting you, I do now. They both smiled, two souls from different worlds, bound by one song and one miracle. As the studio lights dimmed, Amelia whispered to herself, sometimes, God sends us angels in the form of voices. And somewhere in the distance, Elian's voice echoed again, soft, pure, eternal.